Once in a village hidden between mountains and crystal clear rivers, there lived a young farmhand named Caleb, known far and wide for his strength and tireless spirit. From dawn until the sun sank behind the hills, he worked the fields alongside his father, hauling heavy sacks of wheat to the mill. People said Caleb had a just heart and steady hands, but some whispered he was cold, for he seldom smiled and rarely stopped to talk. One day, as he was returning from the market, Caleb came upon an old man sitting on a stone by the roadside. The man's gaze was lowered, his clothes thick with dust, and a worn walking stick rested beside him. "Could you spare me a little bread?" the old man asked, his voice frail. Caleb glanced at the cloth bag in his hand. Inside lay only a small hunk of bread and a wedge of cheese, supper for himself and his father. That day's hunger had been hard, the work even harder. "I can't, old man," he replied bluntly. "It's barely enough for me and my father." The old man only bowed his head, murmuring an almost inaudible, "I understand." Caleb walked on, but something tightened in his chest. In the days that followed, he began to notice strange things. The wheat in the fields seemed to wither before its time, nights grew colder, and a different kind of silence settled over the village. Then one rainy afternoon, the old man appeared again, no longer seated but walking slowly down the main road. Some villagers offered him water and bread. Others turned away. Caleb heard whispers. The old man was a wanderer, with no family, no home, and a past full of losses he never fully told. They said that, in another village, he had saved children from a flood, but had lost his own soon after. No one knew if it was true. A week later, fate put Caleb to the test. It was the dead of night when they heard screams from the upper part of the village. A landslide had crushed two houses. Caleb ran with the other men to help. Through mud and rubble, he found two people trapped: the old man, caked in dirt, and a little girl, no more than 6, crying in terror. The ground trembled again. Another collapse was imminent. Time was short. Caleb knew he could only carry one to safety at a time. His heart pounded. The girl reached out to him, her tiny arms desperate. The old man, gasping for breath, murmured, "Save her, and if there's time, come back for me." Caleb's body urged him toward the child. She was small, light, with an entire life ahead of her. But something deep inside recalled the day he had refused the old man bread. The rumble of shifting earth was like the ticking of a clock. He made his choice. Caleb hauled the old man into his arms, straining against the weight, feeling every muscle burn. He ran downhill and into the arms of the men waiting below. Then he turned and raced back for the girl, but was met only by silence and mud. He fell to his knees. The days that followed were heavy. Some called him a hero. Others accused him of selfishness. His father said nothing, only laid a hand on his shoulder. When the old man was strong enough, he asked to see Caleb. His voice was weak but steady. "I know the weight you carry. I carry my own, losses that never left my chest. Life is full of impossible choices, and no one outside of us truly understands the battle we face in that moment. You gave me something I no longer expected, the chance to live another day. And if I could trade it to save that little girl, I would." Caleb wept like he had not wept since boyhood. Time passed. The old man became part of Caleb's life, working the fields by his side, sharing stories, slowly returning the young man's ability to smile. Still, there were nights when Caleb woke to the echo of the girl's cry in his mind. He came to understand that some wounds are not meant to be healed, only carried with dignity. And so, Caleb learned that every heart bears invisible battles, fought in silence. From then on, he vowed to be gentle, for a single act of kindness might be the bridge that saves someone from a storm we cannot see.